Hello everyone and welcome back to the back nine of round 2 of the 2022 Savanna Open, presented by the Upholstery Shop by Leo and powered by Prodigy. We've had Ezra here on the front 9, just on a heater. Or the front 10, he is 9 down through 10.
Everyone is playing from the shorter tee pad, the Reds of Tom Triplett Park.
I am Nathan Queen, again joined here by Conrad Norwood of Ace Run Pro.
And for our lead card, we have Aaron Doyle.
Yeah, out of Florida. He shot the hot round the first round. Keeping up pretty well so far from the shorts. We've got myself, Nathan Queen.
We have Ezra Robinson out of the Atlanta area coming down, and like we said, on a heater. We also have Jonathan J.J. Burns visiting us from the Virginia area.
Giving Schwebby a silent shout out there by looking away. That is Schwebby's signature picture move there. Going into hole 9, 333 feet. We'll be teeing from the pad you saw off to the right just a moment ago. Par 3, you've got to hit a tight gap. These 2 trees on the right are what you want to go just to the left of, and then get through this area here cleanly to get up to the basket. Pretty tough par 3.
Yeah, it is. Right around the turn that you want to make, there's just like a line of trees. Like there could be one out of your line of sight that could just knock you out of the intended path.
And Ezra getting that just a bit outside, but I'm told afterwards from the locals that is a line also.
Wow. Well, obviously it works, but...
Yeah, it brings a few more trees into play from my point of view, but it is a way to get there. I get my Mako 3 turned over on that inside line, and that's the best I could draw that one out.
So you're just showing Ez that it can be done better, is what you did with that throw.
Just got to show you both ways. So Aaron also going for that outside line. You see all those extra trees that he's just squeaking by, but does not squeak by that last root on the ground.
What is it with him and roots?
Yeah, they just don't like them. They don't like the Florida boy coming up here. JJ back to that inside line, but gets a little late stand up with that buzz and pushes towards those trees that the outside line were fighting with.
Mm-hmm. He misses his...
And that's not it at all, as he said. Just a little high left. Could tell out of the hand. Aaron is it, though. Taps it. Well, he doesn't tap it in, but makes his good putt from about 25 feet for birdie.
Yeah, he put that one in with some commitment and pace. JJ cleans that up his par.
Ezra birdie.
For another birdie.
It is now 9 in a row.
You're trying to make sure it doesn't get too far ahead now. You're staying on pace too.
Yeah, I'm keeping him honest a little bit. So 3 birdies there and 1 par. That hole actually was playing over par for the round, so our card definitely showing everybody else what you're supposed to do for next time.
Hole 10 playing a little bit over par as well, as a par 3 at 302 feet. Again, the angle, I'm assuming, is going to what comes into play as far as the approaching into the basket. You also have a heavily guarded green where if you're on the wrong side of the trees, makes putting extra difficult.
Yeah, there's a couple late lines. You have to pick whether you want to go inside or outside of a couple trees late. The inside line brings you more into a guarded putt. The outside line, which is harder to get to, rewards you with a more open putt. Ezra is gonna birdie. I go Firebird and like it, and it catches catches that late stuff. That was the inside I was talking about.
Yeah, if it would have hit the hard pin, it just would have flared right to the basket.
It left me in circle 2.
Oh.
Aaron.
That was an early kick, and it's still flying.
Terrible misrelease there, and gets a good little touch and kicks forward pretty far.
Yeah.
And JJ straightens this one up a bit too much.
Yeah.
But it does get through everything, and he'll be over close to the next tee pad.
But there's a path, a walkway there that should give him a line to the basket.
And a good stretched out shot. I think he was trying to give that a bid, but that's a tough lie. He'll be happy to get a 3.
And here's this open look I was talking about from JJ. To see it, you wouldn't know that he was that far off. Oh, and just inches off from the putt.
Yeah, he fixes his line from the last hole, but just a little bit low.
Look at that stepper in for the bird.
And let's run that one back. Center chain's just a bit on the high side. That puts me now 3 down on that hole through 2 rounds with my eagle the first round. Ezra is still 1 in front of me, though. Haven't been able to track him down yet. So again, another couple birdies and another couple pars from our lead card here. And that takes us into hole 11, a 240-foot par 3. The tee pad for this one is actually off to the left, and it is a dog leg left, most suiting for a righty backhand hyzer with a putter. Soft shot, you want to go about 160 feet forward and then fade off to the left, and you'll be about where the basket's at.
So are you throwing a righty back in here?
I thought about it, didn't quite get enough practice in on it, so I'll just let Ezra throw for me.
That's one way to do it.
Now I'm going with a star Colt I threw earlier on in the round. I have the right angle here, but it's a little inside.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't miss it. This is one of those short holes that I know you're supposed to get because the rest of the field is going to get it. Mm-hmm. However, it is slightly harder for myself being unable to throw an efficient forehand.
I want to say from my line...
Aaron, birdie.
Bullseye, yeah. From my line, your shot just hit like the last possible tree that it could hit on that turn.
And JJ just a little bit wide, but able to get past a couple trees, and he'll be up there for a tap in also.
Yeah, he was fussing at it a little bit out of his hand, but it worked out.
I'm going to try to give this a little hyzer run. Got to go all the way around both of these. Don't like it out of my hand.
Wasn't a bad look. Hit
nice
the line
3.
right. Nice 3. Ezra birdie.
There we go. That's now 11 in a row.
I've lost count. I'm relying on you right now. This is just.
Well, he's only missed hole 2, so he's yeah. And birdies from the rest of the card besides myself will move us to hole 12. unlike the previous round, this is now a legitimate par 3 from the red pad. Get to play 265 feet. It's still a left to right angle, but it's much less severe. And you're able to move your disc forward once you make the corner now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a lot less severe return. Much easier to actually execute a shot that's going to work right on here.
And again, a good line out of Ezra, catches the ground, slows it down. He will be inside 15 feet for another birdie.
Oh.
And great tree kick there to not kick off to the right like it looked like it could have. He'll be in the fairway, be able to get up and down. Good looking shot from JJ here.
Oh, yeah.
Slides up there to inside 20 feet.
Make the turn, but keep turning a little bit.
Yeah, I went with the gator there. It's a little overstable, but I don't want to stand something up and hit those early trees on the outside.
Yeah.
So playing for the miss to the right just to avoid not having a putt at all.
And that is a great upshot by Aaron. He'll be tapping that in for his par.
And those, with my high trajectory on my putt, these branches here are a little bit in the way. You see me kind of touch that leaf on the way by. I'm able to get it in there.
You could tell it was definitely in your head. Ezra Robinson for birdie.
Yeah, he's now at 23 under par. I'm trying to keep up 21 under. Aaron at 18 under. And JJ at 15.
Hole 13 is going to play a lot different than a drone flight here. Now we're not going to quite get over the tee pad, but you're going to start on the landing area on the island right there that you see in front of you with the sign. It's going to be a straight shot. You want to make sure that you make the Mando, avoid the OB on the right, and the hole plays at 317, so very reachable from the tee.
And Ezra, believe it or not, hits the gap again. But he does throw a little bit hot. He gets a little too far.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be in circle 2 behind the basket there. JJ with a misrelease that hits the pole. Definitely bound to miss the Mando, but kicks him back in. He'll be able to pitch up for a par now. Yeah, there's a headwind coming in right here that I said was going to turn my disc early. I allowed it to do so.
He just makes the Mando, but gets a kick to the right.
Oh,
and a good second tree, because that was definitely headed toward OB on the cart path.
Yeah, so 317, but we're showing you right now why this played as the hardest hole on the course, even though round 1.
Oh.
Wow. Almost trying to get that 2 after missing the Mando and not missing the Mando.
Missing the Mando, not missing the Mando.
Yeah. But yeah, so both rounds so far, hole 13 playing as the hardest hole on the course, even switching to a par 3. Trying to give that a little bid. But I got a 3.
I do have to say that the wind did pick up a little bit for the second round from the first. Oh, the line was right.
Yeah, Aaron calling for that one to do it. There was I believe he would have had a headwind coming there to try to lift that up a little bit, and it just stayed low. Ezra ends his birdie streak at 12 in a row. But nonetheless, will maintain the lead as nobody else is going to birdie either. JJ told me that there was a little error message that popped up in his head right before he let go of that putt. So, fixed it. Error fixed. Yeah. Makes his comebacker. And the rest of us will tap in our pars. Yeah, so JJ, grip locks, or let's go early, is going to miss the Mando, hits a pole, kicks to the right, bounces off of the cage for 2, error message bogey. So he should have missed the Mando. He took what he should have taken, got a 4.
Disc golf karma worked his way around.
Moving us to hole 14. Again, this will be much different from the red tee. This thick wooded section you see on the left over here is where the red tee is at. 265 feet, pretty straight, but the trees make an angle where it's slightly left to right. And then again, you have this very guarded green to get into. But very birdieable hole. You just don't have to throw out over the water. Got a headwind coming through here, and it kept my disc off to the left, but I was able to sneak through all those Guardians.
Yeah. First I thought that was too straight, but it crept its way through. Oh yeah, he wants it to turn.
And the way that disc flew, it seems like the headwind actually has a little bit of right to left in it as well, keeping that disc from turning over to the right. And yeah, JJ's is kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's tough to feel the wind. On that flyover we saw, you could see how thick it was inside those trees. Yeah. It's tough to feel what the wind's doing in there. But as soon as you get out of the initial gap, there's an opening from the long tee where that wind comes in.
Mm-hmm. Like basically a tunnel. Aaron's still off just a little bit. That's left side, strong side for you, so that's a good putt.
Yeah, left side, strong side. Ezra getting back on track with another birdie. I'll remain 2 behind him.
JJ says it's par, and you said that this hole was very birdieable. I want to say that it's also very aceable, because Adam Howard from the first round, he did ace this hole from the Reds.
There you go. Great shot. Or maybe not, and the basket got in the way. Either way, congratulations on your ace. That takes us to hole 15. You see this very daunting fairway here. However, wait a minute. Just keep waiting a little bit more, and we'll get up here to this red tee, which is a very nice little jump putt. You've got a gap to hit, but it's 120 feet. Make sure you throw it 119 feet so that you can have a clean putt, or 124 feet so you can have a clean putt. Don't land just to the left. It'll be pretty tricky. But definitely a hole you feel like you want to get.
Yeah, and there's the jump putt.
Yeah, and he's jump putted it. Catches a tree. He's still inside the circle, but he is not at those specific distances that I noted. He is going to have a tough putt there. It's about 118, not 119, yeah. But should be able to manage.
Ooh, he was trying to ricochet into the basket.
And yeah, that was a great tree stop. He had a little bit too much on that. Mm-hmm. Very tough angle here.
Yeah.
And he hits the angle.
He does.
But had to put so much pace on it to do so. Not quite able to grab. You see Ezra here with a hyzer putt to get around there. Not quite able to connect.
On Aaron's putt, he put so much commitment on that putt. I saw the basket actually like shake just a bit from his.
He was scared.
Impact. Yeah, it tried to dodge the putt.
It did. And myself and JJ able to tap in the birdie. A couple disappointing pars there from the other players on the card. But that hole still only averaging at 2.55 at 120 feet. Not able to go more than half a stroke under par.
Hole 16, we will not be playing out of the cut here. We will be further to the right and then further to the right and playing a fairway that is not on this video whatsoever.
Yeah, you can actually see it over there off, that furthest right point. You can see that's kind of the flight. You're going to want your right to left.
And then it turns in here.
Yeah,
was not aware that tee pad was that far over there for this hole. So
righty backhand hyzer here.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys for coming out here to video. I know you didn't have much time to do these drone flights, so don't give them a hard time about it. 3 tee pads in a day, difficult to do. I'm going with a Colt here, trying to do my best righty backhand impression with my lefty backhand. I do it pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm
not bad.
right about circle's edge, just outside.
Now let's see how the righties do it now. Was that 2 inside?
It was 2 inside.
Oh, wow. But
Gets a little branch love, skips on up there, and is just inside the circle for an easy birdie.
yeah. That looks wide and high. And inside the circle.
Yeah, that's about the intended line there. Aaron going with a very fast disc, a little lower here.
Getting the skip and
Getting
the flare.
that huge skip. Little unfortunate roll back there, but he's also inside the circle. So four birdie looks here. It's about 34 feet.
Oh, no.
And I putted it about 33 foot, 6 inches, maybe even 9. Ezra birdie.
He can't continue the birdie train, but he's continuing to birdie.
Yeah, that'll put him back up to 2 strokes in front of me. Aaron able to get his birdie. A few more back, and JJ not getting quite as many birdies as you want out here from the Reds, falling a little bit back. But a nice birdie there.
Yeah. You tap in that par, but you weren't happy about that par.
Frustrated pickup of that putter that's on the ground. Should be in the cage.
Yeah. What's wrong with that putter?
That moves us to hole 17. Excuse me, the short pad is 242 feet. It's just before this bridge that you see on the right side. Pretty straight shot, slight finish to the left, and the way that the trees are angled, it does favor a righty backhand.
Imagine that.
And JJ pulled that off to the right just a little bit.
Yep.
And this is the ideal line out of Ezra here. Just a little bit of drift to the right before your disc finishes back to the left. Gets a little bit of ground slide. He'll be 20 foot long, but should be an easy birdie putt. Did he get you there?
Yeah, just a little bit.
He's been trying all around, so
Yeah,
I guess
not just him. I think Felix put a bounty out on me.
he did. I told him I didn't want any
look at
part
this.
of it, though.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
I
great.
thought you were getting a tree correction right toward the basket, but then it went right behind the other tree.
Yeah, good first kick to get that far. So happy to be up that far at least.
Yes.
All right. And let's run that back one more time.
When did you know it was going in? Right there.
Right then, when it went in. The jump was because I definitely thought it was falling short. But yeah, happy to make that one. I know I got to keep up as close as I can to Ezra. Not many holes left in the round. Just one after this one. And he's got this putt to stay two strokes in front of myself.
And Ezra with another birdie.
Yeah, now 16 down through 19 holes here.
And JJ taps in his par as we go on to the last hole of the round.
Yeah, it's been a long day. About to play our 40th hole of the day. Luckily, even in mid-January, we've had some great weather here. Hole 18, 216 feet. It's from this tee pad you see on the right now. A couple lines to hit, about like the first round. You can choose to go just outside or inside of this white tree you see on the right side, or you can go where the drone is at now, which is kind of my turnover line as a left-handed player. Ezra going up the middle to the left of that white tree, putting it just where he needs to, just outside of 20 feet. He'll have a chance for one more birdie. Going with a star stud here. Thought I hit the line, but I hit the tree instead. Got a pretty mean kick. I don't have a whole lot of looks over there where I kick to. Aaron going down that same line as Ezra.
Yeah.
He will have the same putt as Ezra also.
Slightly closer, but wide open.
JJ going for the outside, which brings that tree he just hit into play.
Yep, so he's in the ditch, putting up out of the ditch into the hole outside of the circle. See how creative you can get. It's perfect. What are you talking about? It's perfect. You had a perfect line.
Yeah, it took me a minute to find it, but not too bad compared to some of the other lines I've had to throw. JJ, just a little bit soft out of the hand.
Yeah.
And Ezra able to connect. Too excited to pick up his disc. Wants to go get that last birdie. 17 down through 20 holes. Incredible round. So fun to watch. Didn't even have to make any difficult putts. He was just lacing his lines and doing what you're supposed to do.
And finished his round on a birdie.
Yeah, getting to 9 down for the round. With this red round, you definitely feel like you need to hit the double digits. He'll be looking to improve on that from in the golds, which is the hardest layout.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be playing for the third and final full round before we play the final 6 out here that we have. So, Ezra, main story here, 17 down, jumping into the lead by 3 over myself going into the second day.
Yeah, that was a spectacular round to witness. I believe it came in at a 1076 rated round.
Yeah, great hot rounds early on in the year. Yeah. Excited to see what else he's got.
So again, thank you for tuning in to Ace Run Pro. I am Conrad, here with Nathan. Queen, where can we find you this time?
You can look me up on Instagram at nqueen_68286.
All right, and thank you to all of our Patreons that patronize us every month. Stay tuned for the third round here on Ace Run Pro.